And a good Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane on the ones and twos. Nick Frazier behind the glass. Hope you're all doing well. Had a nice weekend. I'm back in the saddle. Good to be here. Glad to see the place didn't burn down.
Not yet, buddy. Welcome back, man. I'm right now on a petition with the United States government and our officials to change March Madness, because I think madness is too tame of a name after what we experienced Thursday. I'm telling you, Dr. Crane and I talked about it on our remote Thursday when you were doing your little Bath and Body Works trip, that we it started Thursday. I mean, the Kentucky game on Friday, what we saw this weekend, the damn buzzer beater that Vandy, that I'm still convinced went in. And
it went in, but it then came out.
I'm telling you, I laid on the floor. I mean, Tyler Tanner I laid on the floor. I'm like, what is going on? But what a weekend. I mean, then last night's game, the Tennessee game was fantastic. The Iowa-Florida game, and then it finished off with Alabama beating Texas Tech by at least 100.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how we're going to end the weekend with that. But my Lord, man, I mean, it couldn't have been any better.
Good for Tennessee going to the Sweet 16. Pretty impressive. That was a fun game. I will say about the Vanderbilt game, I can't sit here and bang the table and say they deserved to win that game because they were behind most of it.
Yeah.
Now, did they played well enough to tie it and to be right there in it? I mean, Nebraska, kudos to them for doing, historic things with that program, and Hoiberg, who is one of the worst NBA coaches of all time, and now has turned that program around.
I didn't know his kids play for him at Nebraska.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
They mentioned it 1,040 times.
Well, I didn't know that until that game, because obviously I'm really not that invested in Cornhuskers basketball.
Right.
So.
Nobody else is either.
Yeah, well, they haven't been up until this year. Apparently.
Crazy.
So
right.
But my literal reaction was when Nebraska hits that 2-pointer at the end, I was like, okay, got time though. And when Tanner threw that shot up, I'm sitting in the darkness of a room, and I just go,
sure,
and then close the iPad and went to bed.
That's the best thing to do right there.
That was literally, I was just like,
I hope he comes back. He's a hell of a player, man.
Tyler Tanner?
Hell of a player.
Too, yeah.
I mean, it was great watching that. And also on this show,
he's not ready for the league.
And I've told you this, and Dr. Crane doesn't know this. Nobody knows. We are officially ending the moniker regular season Rick. It's done.
Okay.
4 straight Sweet 16s that he's got that back. How many coaches have won a national? There's a handful of coaches that won national championships.
That are still coaching?
So
that's a good question. Dude at Florida.
Tad Golden,
who
Bill Self,
Calipari,
Hurley, Connecticut, Drew at Baylor,
yeah.
So there's not a lot of coaches who have won national championships. This guy just gets them there. There's probably more that are out there still, but that's. I mean, they're in the Sweet 16. That was a hell of a game versus Virginia. Patino, love it, man. So we're stopping the regular season Rick. That's 4 straight Sweet 16s. How many programs would love 4 straight Sweet 16s? Every program would. So good job by Tennessee, Gillespie, Ament, those guys watch. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch any basketball until like mid-February because I know
a lot of people didn't.
We'd get invested because when March Madness hit. So this is great. By the way, did you see the Florida game?
Yeah.
That last play of the game, that looks like something me, you, and Dr. Crane would have drawn up. Like, all right, we're going to pass the ball, do
that
this.
Was bad.
Do you not take a shot?
But no, you do. Like, you go in there and get the foul and take the shot. They didn't deserve to win that game.
No, not at all, man.
So they're the first one knocked out.
Yes, yeah. It's great. And the story of that kid that hit the 3-pointer, points to his dad passed away, single mom raised him, and they struggled a little bit. I mean, it's a great, great story to see what he did, but holy cow, man, what a day. You weren't with us Friday when Kentucky had that shot, and then St. Mary made their shot, and then I think I punched Nick like 15 times in the arm and we were so excited for all that screaming over a boombox.
I had a pizza slice on my shirt, and I was like, "Where did this come from?" And Joe was like, "Sorry."
And Connor was going crazy as producer, the Rifleman, and so it was just amazing. And so, yeah, what a weekend for everything. I mean, as good as you thought it would be, it was better than that with all the games that happened. And now we roll into the Sweet 16. What SEC teams are left? Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee. Is that it? Did Texas get to 16?
Yeah.
So
Texas beat
Gonzaga.
Yeah, no, they play Purdue.
Okay, so 14.
So they're in 11. I want to say they're the highest seed left because they're in 11.
That's correct.
Yeah. So Texas will play Purdue. Iowa will play Nebraska. Arkansas and Arizona, Illinois and Houston. That's Thursday. And then Friday, St. John's and Duke, which, oh my God, what a game that's going to be.
Right.
Alabama, Michigan State, UConn, and then Tennessee and Iowa State.
Good.
So
nice.
It's a good little run there.
Yeah, that St. John game. What a game! I mean, guy hadn't scored a point all game, and did you see his shot? It wasn't a layup. It's like he was overextended to his side and put it up there, and the ball went in. Man, and just a great weekend of games. God, so good.
Do you think Hubert Davis should be out at North Carolina?
Yes,
I do.
But I don't think Roy Williams should be allowed to pick.
No.
I think Roy's got his hands all over that program. He's taken over Dean Smith's role. I think Hubert hey man, you did well. Take care now. It's just sometimes you got to move on.
I would call Golden, make him tell you no. I mean, he's a young coach, like he's the hottest thing out there. Make him tell you no. There's a few others, make them tell you no. But get out of the family. I mean, that we've seen this so many times. Like if you do make the move, I mean, stay out of the family. And I'll tell you, as much as I hate to say it, a guy that I think would be a really good hire, Mark Byington.
No.
I think he'd be a great hire.
Carolina's job too big for him.
I don't. Look what he's done in 2 years at Vanderbilt.
Won one game in the tournament.
Yeah, but think about what that program was, and you've gotten them to the tournament twice.
I'm not going to sit here while you disparage Jerry Stackhouse's name.
If North Carolina wants to do the funniest thing ever, hire Jerry Stackhouse, and then I will call Chapel Hill radio stations and be like, you want to have some fun? Let me tell you how that's going to work.
And then he'll come after you in social media.
Probably. I like Jerry Stackhouse as the person. He was he was nice to me, but he was not a good basketball coach.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not a good head coach.
I
think he's an NBA coach.
There's a lot of guys you look at who the 16 is now, all these coaches.
The funniest thing ever would be go hire Patino.
I would say Nolan Smith. I mean, North Carolina has something to offer there. That'd be pretty funny.
He'd never go.
Yeah, I know, that'd be funny.
Yeah. You know why he would never go?
Duke.
He's a Duke guy. North Carolina.
Who did Belmont just hire?
Never hire. Evan Brads.
That was that Duke?
Yeah, he's a former player.
But he played for Rick Bird, right?
Yeah, great.
Bird.
Right, yeah. Rick Bird. Yeah, he's a hell of a coach.
That's a good hire.
It's a great hire. It's a really good hire for them. Should hire Drew Maddox, but hey, we're partial. We get
well now that. Drew can continue to.
That's right. Wednesday at the Omni, right, Drew? We'll keep you for 4 hours this time.
But yeah, no, that was I saw that over the weekend, and then what's his name that's been an assistant forever is going to stay on.
Yeah, and then Siena lost their coach to Syracuse, and then South Florida's coach is going to Providence. I mean, it's just
this is what happens every year.
Yeah,
LSU just fired their coach.
Did they?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So they'll be in the market for some money.
Probably can't pay him because they're paying Kiffin everything. Well, that's a good thing.
Well, Kiffin's going to coach both.
He should. It's a good thing I was listening to. I guess it was Rex Road this morning about the good thing about the NIL now is a guy like Tyler Tanner. Yeah. He should stay another year because of the NIL. Yep. Joe had a great point about it. About now you don't have to go.
I don't think he's ready for the NBA.
Me neither. But now you don't have to go.
Yeah.
You get NIL money, take the money and try to get bigger and stronger and go that way. So this is when the NIL works well to do all that. So
here's my and I agree. My thing on Vandy, and I felt this way from the very beginning when they had that 16-0 run to getting eliminated this weekend. They got to get bigger. They got to get bigger. If they get just a little bit bigger, They will be better and get a little deeper, and they will be better.
Please. Dr. Crane, I'm counting on you. Dr. Crane, I'm counting on you.
You are a child.
Thank you.
An absolute child.
But listen, everybody shoots threes. So I get your point. St. John would come down the court and fire threes.
Like Tanner was getting thrown around.
Oh, yeah.
Like no other. And I mean, he can't help. He is what he is. I think he's going to get bigger.
Who was it? The Bull? Was it Oakley that signed to protect Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because he was on the Bad Boys, I think.
No, the Knicks.
The Knicks. Yeah. And they got him to battle the Bad Boys because Jordan was just getting his you-know-what beat by Rodman.
Yep.
And others on the Bad Boys Pistons.
Yeah, that's good. You have a very good point there. And it's just, you look at how the game's evolved and now everybody's jacking up the threes. And I understand that. But if you drive inside, you're going to get fouled. You're probably going to get the bucket. And just how basketball, the dichotomy of the three-pointer versus driving the lane is so different. But it was fun to watch this weekend as it all kind of went down, which leads into our
question of the day. And you can chime in on that at 615-737-1025, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com.
A lot of big sports moments happened this weekend. For your favorite team, what's the greatest sports moment you think they've ever had? If that basket by Vanderbilt goes in, that's number 2 at Vanderbilt. Number 1's beating Alabama.
Yeah.
That's a number 2 all-time favorite moment for Vanderbilt. If that bucket, how it goes in, you win the game, it's a damn 55-footer. But what's the greatest sports moment for your favorite team? College, pro, soccer, hockey, it doesn't matter. Any sport across the board, because we saw some, like that play for St. John's. That might go down as the greatest play of all time. The Iowa three-pointer, that might be the best play of all time. I mean, so it goes on and on and on with some of these buzzer beaters. But what's the greatest moment you think in your favorite sports team's history?
I mean, if I'm going Vanderbilt, it's beating Alabama. And that's pretty easy.
Yeah. But what would be number 2? If Tanner's shot would have gone in, I know it doesn't happen.
What is number 2 right now is what you're asking.
Is it Barry Goheen when he beat who'd he beat? Nebraska?
No. I think it's
tournament.
I mean, if it's football,
could be anything.
It's Cutler in 2005 when they went up to Knoxville and finally won.
First time in 23 years over Tennessee.
Yeah, I would say that. Basketball, I mean, that's a big one.
Or Pittsburgh. He beat Pittsburgh. Yeah. That's what it was.
Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase, sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com. We'll answer this and much more. And it is a Reaction Monday brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. It's Chase and Big Joe. Tim Hasselbeck going to join us today at 1 o'clock instead of tomorrow. So we look forward to that. John McClain on Wednesday. But we'll have Tim at 1 and more coming. Here on Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Hi, guys. Big Joe here. It's our time to talk about what we talk about all the time on this show is a lot of mental health for the guys out there. I'm telling you, one of the best things I get on a Monday is a message from somebody telling me that they've gone to therapy. Thank you. And that's why we love UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com is your place to go to if you're struggling, you're feeling unsure about a lot of things. Their main job is to get you back living the life you so deserve. UnityCares.com has everything you need for you. The question I get all the time is, Joe, I want to go to therapy, but I don't know where to start. I got you covered. UnityCares.com has everything that you need. Everything is laid out for you on their website, UnityCares.com. Just go there and see, and they'll show you exactly how the steps you need to take to get back to living the life that you deserve. As we tell you all the time, You don't have to go through any of this alone. I'm telling you, you don't have to go through any of this alone. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. Again, their whole goal is to get you back up and going, and again, living the life that you deserve. I went to therapy. It changed my life, and we tell you all the time how powerful, how wonderful, and how amazing you are, and how much we love you guys, and this is part of the journey, and unitycares.com is with you every step of the way. Please go. Please get better. We need you guys here. Again, the website, unitycares.com.
Good stuff, Dr. Crane, making us feel good today on a Monday. And please forgive me. This is who is this? This
Ronnie
is Millsap.
Millsap.
Okay, that is Ronnie. All right.
The great. He just had his birthday party over at the
he did.
Opry. Real quick, I did not know Jamal Mashburn was this good.
He is fantastic.
Did you know? I had no idea.
No,
I had no. I mean,
because Jay Wright isn't doing it anymore.
Correct. Yep.
And they've had who's the female they've had on there? Because Candace isn't doing it anymore.
Right. I don't know.
They have a WNBA player that played at UConn. And I apologize for that, and I don't remember her name, but she did a nice job. But Jamal Mashburn has been
he's
great.
Pleasant. He's informative. His tone is great. I mean, he breaks down things. I'm like, wow, this is really, really, really good. I mean, he was one of the best players ever at Kentucky in the SEC, but I thought they hit a home run with Jamal Mashburn.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, no, I have liked both teams. I miss Ernie. I think Ernie's going to do the Sweet 16, but and I really like Nate Burleson. I really do. I liked him on Good Morning Football. I think he does a really nice job on CBS. He's not a host.
No, not at all.
And that's not a slight. No. I think they're trying it. I think CBS is being smart because they're trying to find their next Greg Gumbel or Jim Brown or, and they don't have that right now. I think what's his name that does college football?
Spiro, not Spiro. What's his name? Adam Zucker.
Adam Zucker.
Yeah,
I think Adam does a nice job.
By the way, we saw him at SEC Media Days years ago. He's like 5 foot.
Yeah.
He's a tiny guy.
He does a nice job, but I don't think Nate's a host.
Not at all.
Nate's an analyst.
I'm with you on that. But I mean, Jamal does a great job. My friend Dale says, greatest moment for me, for a Tennessee fan, is T. Martin to Peerless Price in the national championship game back in the 1998 season. If you're a Tennessee fan, is that your greatest moment? I mean,
maybe
favorite moment. I mean, because basketball's, you've been to one Elite Eight and a bunch of Sweet 16s, but there's what about the shot? Remember the shot Chris Lofton hit in the 2006? Was it over Wofford or Winthrop, or he hit a shot from the corner with like a second to go in the tournament and beat them? That's a hell of a play that he had back then. But Tennessee fans, so it's got right. That's a good one. What else would it be?
I mean, right now, that's probably.
Or, you beat Alabama in 23. What's the knuckler field goal that went through?
Oh yeah.
But to me, field goals aren't you know how I feel about kickers and punters.
Yeah, but you beat Florida in 98 on a field goal.
True, they missed theirs. I get all that.
I mean, that was a pretty iconic moment.
Clint Sterner fumbling down the line. Yep. That's one. But I think, I agree with you, man. I think the T. Martin at Peerless Price might be the greatest moment in your school's history.
You know what a fun kind of sub story of this is?
What's that, buddy?
Like, you think about these moments and who was involved in those moments. So, like, Tennessee, for instance, in 98 was T. Martin. But who's the beloved quarterback of all time?
Well, I never won a national championship. I came close.
And he never beat Florida. Now, he is. He's one of the greatest of all time. He deserves every accolade that he's got.
I just think it's funny. You're right on this.
But, like, if you asked a Tennessee fan, say, you got to win a game, you want Peyton or T? I'd be fascinated to know their answer.
At that moment, yes.
Like, final drive. I mean, in Peerless Price played with Peyton, right?
Sure did.
Yeah. So, you have the same supporting cast pretty much, but you got to win on one final drive. You want 16 or 17?
They're going to it'll be 16. But I'm with you, man. T won the national championship. He did all that. By the way, T. Martin just got hired at LSU as an offensive assistant, quality control, something.
Well, good for him. I think he's been on Lane's staff before, right?
I don't remember. He was with Harbaugh in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And so
is his son at Middle?
Yes. Was a quarterback. I don't know if he entered the portal or not to see what happened. So on that being said. But go down the line. What's Kentucky's greatest moment? Is it 78 with Goose Gibbons? Is it 96 with Tony Delk? Is it 2012 with Anthony Davis? Is it?
Yeah. It's one of those.
How do you pick those? Those are national.
Well, I think it depends on who you're asking. If you were, because it's generational. Like, for a lot of Tennessee fans, you're going to have some that are going to say their greatest moment is winning the Orange Bowl a few years ago because they weren't around in 98.
Right.
It's the eye of the beholder.
Something else is that I forgot, and this is how dumb I am. I forgot Pitino. He's done all this great stuff since he's left Kentucky. That the Leitner shot, he was the coach of Kentucky when the Leitner shot in 92 because he brought it up. I was like, oh, I forgot. He went won a championship in 96, went to the Celtics, went to Louisville. They won a title. They got taken away from him. And then rightfully so, then everything else he's done throughout his coaching, but I forgot about that. And maybe he said something funny after the game about that moment and, maybe putting that behind him forever. It's going to not be behind him forever and all those things. But
look,
what a job.
He has a good enough team to make the Final Four. Now, whether they do or not, we'll see. Right. But,
what a job.
It's amazing. Say what you want about Rick Pitino. The man is a hell of a basketball coach.
He is. So let's see. Providence, Kentucky, Boston, Louisville. Did he go to Iona?
Yeah. And then St. John's.
So he's got
Knicks. He coached the Knicks somewhere in there.
Yeah, okay. So he's gotten 5 teams to the Sweet 16. Hell, I went to the Final Four in '87 when Billy Donovan was his point guard and they went to the national championship.
And didn't he get Providence to the
87
to the Final Four?
Yeah, it was there. Yeah, I mean, it was
that at
UNLV. No, was it Superdome? UNLV, Indiana, Syracuse, and Providence.
He coached the Celtics too.
Yeah, he left Kentucky for Boston.
Correct. Yeah. So he left the Knicks for Kentucky. So Providence 85 to 87, Knicks 87 to 89, Kentucky 89 to 97, Celtics 97 to 01, Louisville 01 to 17, Panathinaikos,
the team in Greece.
Yeah, 18 to 20, Iona 20 to 23, St. John's 23 to present.
So Iona, St. John's, Louisville, Kentucky, Providence. 5 teams he's gotten to the Sweet 16. Rick Barnes has what? Clemson, Texas, Providence, and now Tennessee's taking 4. Is that right? Did he get to the Sweet 16 Providence?
Well, Calipari probably has.
God. Mass, Memphis, Kentucky, and Arkansas. That's 4.
Yeah.
I love what he's doing. It's driving
because he
Kentucky
got UMass
fans
to the Final Four, right?
He did in 96.
Yeah.
Sure did.
I mean,
I love it. Kentucky fans are, we don't, whatever. They still, it's driving a little thorn.
I mean, they're
we wanted him gone.
They're ready to move on from Mark Pope.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it doesn't take long.
I mean, Iowa State just put the thumping on them yesterday.
If they moved on from Mark Pope and Rick Pitino said, I'll come back for 2 years, they'd say yes in a heartbeat.
The earth would tilt.
Oh, of course it would.
Even more than it does now. That'd be great. It'd be great. And why not? Why not do
and
that?
It would be the biggest flex of it because it's like, let me come back for 2 years. You know, I mean, hell, he'll coach till he wants to.
Where's little Richie Pitino? Is he in Mexico?
Is he still there?
He was at Minnesota and they got canned.
Richard Pitino.
He was at FAU or FIU, right? One of the two.
I think it was FIU. Hang on.
He's at Xavier right now.
Oh, that's right.
Is he?
Yeah, he had a 4-year stint with New Mexico from 21 to 25. Before that was
FIU, yeah.
Minnesota from 13 to 21 and FIU in 2012.
Okay. What happened?
So is he on Billy Donovan's staff at Florida, 09 to 11?
I think he was, right? I think he was.
And then he was with Rick at Louisville, 11-12, and the head coach at FIU. Yeah.
What was the previous Xavier? Didn't Bill Murray's son coach for Xavier? Oh, he went to UCLA, right? Is it with Mick Cronin, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. We're just throwing stuff against the wall here.
I don't know, Jim.
Maybe, but
I forgot Richard Pitino was at Xavier.
I had no idea.
Renee Montgomery is the female host you guys were trying to figure out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're the best, pal.
T. Martin was with Lane Kiffin at USC back in 2012.
Okay, that's what I thought. Preston has been waiting very patiently on our question of the day. Thank you, Preston. What you got?
How you doing, fellas?
We're good.
How about February 4th, 2018, Burton to Foles, Philly special?
That's a good one.
Oh,
so you're a big Eagles fan.
Big, go Bird.
Go Bird. Well, I can't say that.
Hey, Preston. Preston, you still there?
Yes, sir.
What's all this Jalen Hurts hate that's going on now? I don't understand all this.
I don't hate him. I don't know what's going on. But I think Brown's days are numbered, though.
Yeah. Well, they've been saying that, but I'm with you, Preston. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It was good stuff there. By the way, this is a good one. Jason in Clarksville. Jorge Soler's moonshot against the Astros. That's up there.
What was that?
That's the 2021 World Series with the Braves.
Okay.
That pretty much sealed the deal.
Was it a moonshot?
It was a moonshot. It won him the MVP.
What's his name again?
Jorge Soler. That's where the term Soler power came from.
Did you come up with that?
I did not.
Good.
But it's good.
He did actually.
Jorge.
Is that the greatest Braves moment? I think the greatest. I got the greatest Braves moment. I'll tell you what it is.
All right. 615-737-1025. And Bill Murray's son is on the UConn staff. Thank you, 0862. More coming. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Some Everly Brothers bringing us back.
My man, you're right.
Here on the we're going old school, but
that was me. You. That was you doing a little shagging this weekend, a little back and forth with the Everly Brothers. Get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter. Shagging, little dance.
Shagging on the boulevard.
So Chase is doing the twist.
Yep.
Down there this weekend down in Florida.
Can I say this for all the wrestling fans out there? That it kind of hit me today. I saw it on Twitter and I could not believe it, but this is how old I am. 25 years ago today, World Championship Wrestling died.
WCW?
It was purchased by Vince McMahon and WWF.
Was that the one that was on TBS all the time?
TNT, Ted Turner.
Okay.
So Turner owned WCW.
Right.
Hey, Vince, I'm in the wrestling business, is what he said. And it was 25 years ago today. Shane McMahon walked out on Nitro, and the press release went out that Vince, for $2.5 million, had bought.
Was that 25 WCW. Years? It feels like it's like a week ago.
March 2001. This is where they were. That Nitro was their annual spring break.
Oh, okay.
And they were at Club La Vila in Panama City.
Best club ever.
May it rest in peace.
May it rest. Thank God. May it rest in peace.
They probably needed to burn it to get some of the germs.
That
out.
And what was it? Spinnaker next day. Burn all that to the ground. Hell yeah, all that stuff.
It's still real to me, damn
it. I love that so much.
What's the one they're at? Are they at a wrestling match? It's a high school, and they're playing the national anthem. There's not a flag. And a guy's got flag Zubaz pants. Is this right? I think I'm right. They stand up and they're all staring at the guy's pants because it's an American flag pants. It's a video that's out there. It always makes me laugh because they're all like staring at this guy's pants because there's not an American flag around doing all that stuff. All right, so we said for the break, the greatest Atlanta Braves moment before, that at least I think, right? Is it not David Justice homer in 95?
Oh, that's where you're going to go with that. I thought you were going to go with what's his name? Sid Bream.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's really Sid, that day in the paper, David Justice had ripped at Braves fans for not being very vociferous and boisterous and everything. And then he hits that shot and they beat the Indians in the World Series. I just remember that like, man, look, I hated him because he took Murphy's spot.
David Justice should go down as one of the, he was a very important part of that.
Absolutely he was.
And I think because of other reasons, he didn't get as much credit, but I don't think Chipper Jones becomes the player, maybe in more ways than one, that he became if not for David Justice.
Right. Oh, you're right. You're exactly right about that.
So I think that's something to kind of consider. But yeah, that's a good one. That because they beat the Reds and then beat the Indians in 95 to win it all.
Now, we're not bringing the Titans up. We know what the Titans' greatest moment is.
Yeah.
That's done. Right? The Music City Miracle.
Yeah.
So we move on from that.
Do you think if they had won the Super Bowl, would that play of McNair basically being, the famous one?
Dragged him down?
But would that be the greatest play in Titans history had they won that game?
Yeah. Yeah. There's not because he was done.
Yeah.
He was
dead to rights like 4 times.
Yep. They put him on the ground and he got back up and he threw the ball down the field. It dies at the 10-yard line. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point. That would have been. That's another great question. Like what would have been had that things happened? Yeah. What would have been? And that's one. If
they were, and by the way, this is a subject for another day. There's a lot of people are wanting to see statues at the new stadium, and I'm going to respectfully say no. I don't think there should be. But if you were going to do one, I think you do want a McNair being drugged down and thrown because it's such an iconic view.
Is there a moment with him and Fisher? Because you could do have them together.
You'd have to have the 3 of them.
I'm all about that. I wouldn't mind that.
If you did something like that, I think I'd be okay with it.
The 3 of them together?
Yeah. My only you got to have Frank in there. And I know he's not going to get as much credit, but like Floyd deserves a lot of that too.
They won't. They're not making a statue.
I mean, putting the Ring of Honor is.
How many GMs have statues?
They don't. Yeah. But I mean,
you know.
I know.
You know, guys like you all guys. This is for I got it. Y'all know his value. So I don't think he needs a statue to say, Floyd, you're great. I don't think that's part of that, but I do think that I think they'll put a statue. I think they will. I think it'll be with McNair. I think they'll put a McNair statue.
And you can get away with that. It's, but I mean, and I've respectfully said this before. Like I love Pecorine, and it's great that they build a statue for him. But I mean,
what?
I don't know if anyone in Nashville has truly earned a statue. That's just me.
Okay.
But I love it. I got no problem with it. It's Pekka. Pekka's my guy. I have no problem with it. But, like a statue to me is you got to do some stuff. Like championship stuff.
And that's a tough one, man. But I mean, who I love Marino.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have a champion.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
That's fair. That's fair.
One of the greatest of all time.
That is a fair. That is You know what?
That's
a fair counterpoint.
So I don't know. I don't know all that, but I know if they put one at Nissan. I mean, if there's a way you can incorporate the Ford, Fisher, and the other three, that's great. But I don't know how that's going to play out over there. If you're not going to do one, don't do any. Just don't do any. You already got the guys in the Hall of Fame. And their numbers are retired. So that's.
Josh says, sort of joking, sort of not. I'd love to see a statue of Derrick Henry planting Josh Norman in the turf.
Should, yeah. Or have like a hologram you could walk through and see that.
We probably will have that one day. How badass would that be? Like you walk through like the Yankees have like Monument Park or whatever. You walk through where the old stadium was and like you see the Miracle, and then you see McNair and Eddie and Frank and like Derrick Henry stiff arming Josh Norman. I mean, that would be pretty badass.
There was a nice long gap between massive plays at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah, there was.
I mean, you take CJ out of it, his 90-yard run. I mean,
CJ had a few, the 2,000 yards.
Right, but that'd be cool to walk through the Music City Miracle while it's happening, but.
Could you make the argument that because 2,000 yards is such an incredible accomplishment that you put CJ and Derek up as a member of the 2,000-yard club?
What do you mean?
Like have statues? Like if you're putting statues all around Nissan Stadium.
Nah, I wouldn't.
2,000. You can count on one hand or two hands.
Well, what about the Hall of Famers?
Oh, that's fair too.
I mean, do you think they're gonna give the go ahead on a Mike Munchak statue?
Actually, you know what I would rather see, and they kind of have this in other places, but like if there's a portion where you walk through, and it's the Hall of Famers, and you have their uniforms. So you have like the helmet, the uniform, and the shoulder pads, and the pants, and everything, and it's like. There's Bruce and there's and you can put Steve and Eddie in there too because you retired their numbers.
Right.
But, you have those guys like the actual uniforms, which would look really cool.
Didn't Brad Willis tell us that the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame is moving to Nissan Stadium?
It is.
Yeah. So have a whole Titan section in there. I don't know if the Titans will want that or not, but have that section in there where you can go back. You go in the game. Might as well go over there and honor the past since they've been here. So I think that's all fine. But if you're going to do one, I mean, you're going to have to do like 7 or 8. I mean, so you're best off right now, just like, all right, well, we'll deal with that down the road to put up a statue or not.
Doug and Franklin, when was the Braves comeback where Plaster left early and they ended up coming back and winning? That was Sid Bream.
Sid Bream. That's right. Hey, what's the Preds' greatest moment? That Mike Fisher goal?
Yeah, the triple overtime, or I mean, if it's a singular moment, yeah, probably that. Sweeping Chicago in the first round. I mean, that's
team-wise, yeah. But give me a moment.
And they honored it this weekend. Colton Sisson's hat trick in Game 6 of the Western Conference Final to beat Anaheim. That was pretty big. because that sealed the deal.
Right.
That was a great game.
But moment. I need a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the
Fisher goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that.
At 1:15 in the morning, whatever time it was.
It was forever.
Yeah, right. It's great. It's a great iconic moment we'll never forget.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. We'll have more coming next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 again. Coming up in hour 2, we'll do the 60s. Dr. Crane on the top 10 countdown today.
Right. This goes out to Nani and over in Brainiac.
Am I the new Casey Kasem?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I mean, turn this on and you'll instantly in a good mood. It's Ricky Nelson. Do you know who his brother-in-law is?
I have no idea.
Wait, am I right on this? Hold on. Wait, is this right? No, hold on. Somehow Mark Harmon's related to them. How?
Oh, I don't know.
Pam Dauber is related to them, and he's married to Pam Dauber.
Yeah, maybe.
And the Nelsons.
I just would like to say,
am I right?
If we could figure out how to get Mark Harmon on the show, that would make me so happy.
You don't do anything else around here.
Yeah, I would.
Why don't you try? By the way, I'm wearing Derek Mason's headphones, so I feel like I'm important today. Sorry, Derek. They're going to smell like Bath and Body lotion. Juju,
they look good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Al in Franklin. Al Day wants to answer the question of the day. What's up, Al?
Hey, hello, gentlemen. Great show. Well, Big Joe's bounced around to Pam Dauber and Morgan Mindy since I've been holding. But anyway, Morgan Mindy. But I wanted to add on to your comments that you raised a good question about the greatest play for the Titans, the McNair play during the Super Bowl. And I'm probably stating something very obvious to everyone, but we know it was the Music City Miracle preceded, so that's the best one I'd go to, of course. But if he would have done that and say scored the winning touchdown on such that miraculous, I can see the play just play out of my brain right now. It's a hell of a play. But if he'd have done that and say we score, he would have threw a touchdown and the game's over. Sure, that would have been the big, but that would have been everything for the Titans. But I was agreeing with you. That was a great comparison, but it would have had to have been along those lines, of course. Again, probably stating something fairly obvious. But you're talking about statues while I've been holding. The only statue for the new stadium should be our Pro Bowl mascot, T-Rack, and it should be Kuharski doing the dedication and the ceremony and the speech. So anyway, hey, I love you guys, and it is Al Day all the time. So great show, gentlemen.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Al has a great voice, by the way.
He does. By the way, Mark Harmon is the brother-in-law of the late singer and actor Ricky Nelson. Harmon's older sister, Kristen Harmon, was married to Ricky Nelson for 19 years. Through the marriage, Mark Harmon's the uncle to Tracy Nelson, Gunnar, Matthew, and Sam Nelson.
There you go.
We're all weirdly connected.
And he was the quarterback at UCLA.
Yeah. Why don't you call it? Try to get him on.
Oh, man, I really want to.
Here's what I do with people, right? And this is, folks, listen up, bro. Get your ear real to the radio, to the speaker, whatever. Here's a Big Joe way of finding people. Go to their Instagram page and send them a message that way.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they respond. 9 times out of 10, they say no, right? But the one time they'll say yes. So just go, if you want to talk, find their Instagram page, explain who you are, and then it works. Now, it doesn't work for us on the show because we're busy and very talented men. No, I'm kidding.
We are.
So that's how I go after people.
Yeah. Okay.
As I tell people,
I'm going to work on this.
Send the email.
I want Mark Harmon on the show.
Send the email. Mark Harmon is in one of the greatest movies of all time.
Summer School.
Amen, brother.
Yes.
It is
Love that movie.
One of the best
Have you seen
movies of all time.
Awesome. I was telling my girlfriend that.
It's great. It's funny.
We were talking NCIS and Freaky Friday. He was in Freaky Friday. He was on The West Wing as well.
That's right.
There was another show, Chicago Hope, that he was on, but Summer School.
It's great.
1987.
1987. Plus, his dad's a Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, come on, right?
Mark Harmon's dad?
Did his dad win? Tom Harmon? Did he win a Heisman Trophy at UCLA? Or not UCLA, but Michigan? I thought he did. Let's look it up.
I know that Mark was the quarterback when Floyd played at UCLA. I do know that. His parents were, you're right. Heisman Trophy winning football player and broadcaster Tom Harmon.
First Michigan player to win a Heisman Trophy.
Elise Knox is his mom, who was an actress.
Elise Knox from Knoxville. No, she's not.
No. Tom Harmon played for the New York Americans and the Los Angeles Rams.
What year was he with the Rams?
46 to 47.
Not long there, but that's okay. Well, if John Wayne, if we got John Wayne fans, he was discovered. He played football at USC. They came out I think it was John Huston came out to film something at the Coliseum, and they did extras. And John Wayne was an extra, and he played, I think his name was Michael Morrison at the time, Marion Morrison. Isn't that right? And then they came out and then said, "You're a big old fella." And that's how John Wayne fell into becoming an actor after getting discovered playing football.
So, ironically, this is a line in Mark Harmon's Wikipedia. During his first game, his UCLA team produced a stunning upset on the two-time defending national champion Nebraska Cornhuskers.
It's all Nebraska. So is that 70?
The Bruins were an 18-point home underdog to the top-ranked Huskers, but won 20-17 on a late field goal by Efren Herrera at LA Coliseum.
Former Dallas Cowboy Efren Herrera.
Yeah. In his senior year, Harmon received the National Football Foundation Award for all-around excellence. During his 2 years as a quarterback in Coach Pepper Rogers' wishbone offense, UCLA compiled a 17-5 record. Harmon was UCLA's starting quarterback for 2 seasons, but was not selected in the 1974 NFL draft.
So there you go. So when you text him or email him, you can say, "Hey, did you know that you were?" And then
I just remember we were sitting in the office one day and I was talking about NCIS with Floyd, and Floyd goes, Mark Harmon, that was our quarterback. I'm like, what?
All weirdly connected, man.
I know. Coming up next, we'll talk to another quarterback, Tim Hasselbeck. We'll do that next on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. Usually he joins us on Tuesday, but nice enough to move to today for us. Here on this Monday, we say hello to Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst and the head coach over at Innsworth. How you doing, Tim?
No, great. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. When are we going to see you and Matthew in some flag football?
Never.
No?
I mean, it's one of those sports. I know it's good. I mean, everyone's promoting the heck out of it, and I mean, it seems fun. I think I got my share when I was younger, like when my kids were younger, and it's just like I coached my daughter in it. I feel like it brings out the worst in people. And that's just the best I can say it.
But does does it surprise you and also like at the same time make you go, really, when you see Tom Brady go out there and just be Tom Brady?
Yeah, I could see Brady being like amazing in it. Like, and then I could see other people that are good football players struggle in it. Because while there's probably, some carryover, there's also like a lot of things that would not carry over.
Yeah.
So I could see Brady being great because he can anticipate, he's insanely accurate. And so for Brady, I think it could be great. For someone like Jalen Hurts, who's probably a better real quarterback than flag football quarterback, I could see it being a struggle. And then the similar thing with, like pulling flags or running and not having your flags pulled, I think is very different than running and people trying to tackle you. So, it's a little bit, to me, it's one of those things that's called football, but it's very, like, it's not football. It's kind of like men's and women's lacrosse. Like, they're two totally different sports. Like, the equipment isn't even the same in sports. And so, that's how I think I feel about flag football. Like, to me, I don't know, almost would be better off with like a different name because it's not football.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's a fair point. I just thought I saw a little bit of it over the weekend and thought it was,
well, not to interrupt you. I mean, now I got my flag football guys coming out like, see, I could play in the NFL. And I'm like, there's no way in hell you could play in the National Football League if you think you're good at flag football doing this.
Well, I just like they're different sports, right? And see, like that's the part of it that I think is, that can be confusing. They're like, oh, hey, see, it's the same. It's like, well, it's not.
Right.
Look, it's part of my issue with like the 7-on-7 culture that we're in right now, and with especially with high school kids and stuff, because it's such a far departure from reality. In terms of actual football. So that to me, I think is, like I'm cool with like finding another sport that ends up being fun and it can be televised and, there can be TV contracts associated with it and it can be great. I'm also great with, like women's flag is becoming much more of a thing. Right. And so, you see these girls flag football teams, popping up in youth leagues and stuff. And then obviously even here in Tennessee, you're seeing them happen at high schools where they have, girls flag football programs. And then there's opportunities in college for girls to play flag football. I think all of that stuff is awesome. And I'm excited for that type of thing. It's a completely different sport.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Tim Hasselbeck is with us here on the program. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 4-year deal, $168.6 million contract. He surpasses Jamar Chase now as the highest paid. I think well-deserved. Is he the best receiver in football right now?
Yeah, I think he makes a pretty good – you can make a good argument for him, and part of that is, I have the info in front of me, but Seattle was a run-first offense, but their passing game, in terms of just how it stacked up, throughout the league, like it was relatively productive. And the share of the passing game that JSM was a part of in comparison to basically every other receiver in the league was different. And so that would lead you really to believe two things. One, they did a good job of designing ways for him to get open when everybody knew that he was going to be the guy getting the ball. And then two, he was still able to make a lot of plays with attention, given to him. So he's good playing as an inside receiver. Seattle put him in the backfield at times to get him open. He was good playing outside the numbers, great run after catch. And I do think it's smart for a guy that's came into the league as, a well-respected player, has produced, rather than kind of drag your feet on getting deals like that done, it is better and probably less expensive to do the deals sooner rather than later.
So when you're a team like the Titans and you don't have that guy, no disrespect to the guys they do have, but they don't have that guy, can they pull off what they need to pull off with a receiver by committee like they're going to have? And do you think that this receiver room is better than what they had last year?
I do think it's going to be better than what it was last year, just with the additions that have already been made. There's a lot of inexperience last year. I mean, there was, and I think probably just fair to say just a lot of underperforming as well. And I think some of it just overall probably dysfunction in the offense, change in leadership. Those things are the things that matter. How do you stack them up? I think there are some teams where you look at them and you go, what an amazing receiving core. Any team would be lucky to have those guys. And I think there's other teams that aren't necessarily like that, right? So take look at the 49ers as the example a year ago. The 49ers a year ago, because of what happened with Brandon Ayuk, I don't think anyone looked at them and thought, wow, Juwan Jennings is a great player. But outside of that, and I guess you can throw Kittle into the mix, I don't know that people were salivating over the pass catchers in San Francisco. But I think they kind of got through it probably because of Kittle and because of how they could use Christian McCaffrey. So, I don't think you have to have the best receiving core in the league. But I think you have to have guys that can win when they're called on to win. And I think that, Wan'Dale Robinson probably, has proved that he can do that in certain areas. I think there's probably still hope with, Calvin Ridley in terms of, what's left in the tank. And so I think I don't think they're done addressing the position. And I do think that, they probably have high hopes for some guys that are already there, but I think, we'll see draft and maybe even free agency, still more things happen.
We're talking to Tim Hasselbeck on the Chase and Big Joe show. Tim, I'm so glad we have you on because you used two words, and I'm going to back you up for a moment, to describe Tom Brady, which I've never heard before, but is so fascinatingly accurate when you said he is insanely accurate. Can you delve a little bit more into that? Because I've never heard Tom Brady been described that way.
Well, look, when you look at, a completion, you can be like, oh, yeah, the guy caught it. It's like, all right, well, did he have to reach over his head to catch the football? Did he have to, kind of turn his body and catch a ball that was behind him? I think what Brady did as a player that I think was better than, really, anyone I can truly remember is like when a ball would protect a player from contact, or if a guy didn't have to reach for something because you could deliver the ball inside the frame of his body or put it on a shoulder, to help turn him a certain direction. I just think that he's been better than everyone else at doing that. And there have been other incredibly accurate quarterbacks. Joe Montana's got a reputation as being, extremely accurate. Drew Brees was a really, really accurate passer. I think Brady took it to a completely different level in terms of, where he would locate the ball, to a player, not just did he throw it to the right guy and was it catchable? You know, like, did you make it as easy as possible for the guy to catch the ball? Like, I think that's one of the things that separated Brady from other guys.
Can you teach that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can. You know, I just remember hearing, you know, one of the coaching points I heard early on in Philadelphia from Andy Reid was, you know, when you throw to a receiver whose back is to the defense, right? So if there's a receiver who's facing the quarterbacks, right? So he's run a route where, you know, he stops and he now is facing the quarterback and his back is to the end zone that you're going to score in. You know, as a quarterback, you are that player's eyes now. And what that means is if you throw it to his left shoulder, then he should catch it on his left shoulder and then turn to the left. And like, you are his eyes, because what you are saying is not only have I identified you as open, but the closest defender is coming from, you know, because he's turned around, that receiver's right side. So throw it to his left shoulder so he turns away from that nearest defender. And so you can definitely learn the idea of, okay, hey, what are you focusing on, right? Now, can you actually, you know, execute that and make that throw? I mean, I think that, you know, I do think that you can get better at accuracy. I think identifying what is making you inaccurate, I think and fixing those things is, you know, a much deeper rabbit hole to go down. But yeah, I mean, it's American Sniper, aim small, miss small a little bit, right? Like if you are just like, hey, I'm gonna throw it to that guy who's got a 7-foot catch radius. Well, okay, well, like, yeah, sure, you can do that. Or if you're like, no, I'm gonna put it on his left shoulder right now. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I do think there's a difference.
Is there a quarterback in the NFL today who's half of what Brady was as far as being insanely accurate?
Yeah, I mean, half of what he was, yeah, because I think there are a lot of really good players. Like, I think Josh Allen and Mahomes are both really, really accurate players. I mean, I'll give you another guy that I think it's fair to say, you know, insanely accurate, Brock Purdy. I mean, Brock Purdy's accuracy is really incredible. I think Matthew Stafford is an incredibly accurate passer. But yeah, I mean, I think so. There are guys. It's like, hey, the way they're doing it, it's like, oh yeah, like that's how you play quarterback. That's really, really good. And so, you know, like, I think you could make the argument with a guy like Purdy. His accuracy is one of the things that separates him from other guys.
We will have more with Tim Hasselbeck coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. Continue with Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst. Tim, as I look at the latest round of mock drafts post-combine, I'm seeing Ty Simpson pop up in the first round quite a bit. What is kind of your post-combine evaluation of him? And I feel like he would be a work in progress in the league, but do you see enough that he could be a starting NFL quarterback?
Yeah, I think that there's enough there. There's potential he could be the starting quarterback. I mean, look, the way that college football works now, if you can become the starting quarterback at Alabama, then you're checking a lot of boxes to potentially become a starting quarterback in the NFL. It's just, that's going to be the nature of, guys that are coming from big time programs that are, if you're a top 10 program playing in some of those, in the big moments and things of that nature, then, and you're having success, then you're going to get an opportunity. And then, how good of an opportunity, all of that. I think some of it is going to be, how, the evaluation process goes for you. So, for a guy like him, I think that, there was some current concerns about, just physically, how talented was he? How big was he? How strong was his arm? Like, what were there physical limitations that you should be concerned with? And I think that while he's not blowing you away like a Josh Allen kind of guy, I think he's probably come across much more physically capable than I think what some people were anticipating. And then when you look at, how he played really well. I mean, and he had moments where he was outstanding and then moments that were not incredible. And I think the biggest problem, in terms of the evaluation of him, I think it falls into the sample size is not as big as you would like it to be.
Do you think teams watching what Sam Darnold just did and some other instances where we've seen a quarterback that maybe flames out early but sticks with it, goes in the right system and develops, is that going to help a team like, ironically, the Jets or the Raiders be more patient with some of these young guys to give them time, or is it going to continue to be this vicious cycle we've seen?
I think it'll be the vicious cycle because, I don't think it's the organization's patience in the player that is making them move on. I think it's just the calendar of the rookie contract, resetting the rookie contract, a fifth-year option, or extending a player when you need to extend him and not feeling like you can commit starting quarterback money to somebody that you still, are waiting for development on. So I think the cycle is going to continue to happen. I think what it will encourage is people giving the high draft pick another chance, which I kind of feel like already was happening anyway. But I think it encourages that because, look, Geno Smith played at a starter level. He got another chance. Sam Darnold's obviously doing it. There are guys that have benefited from that other chance. Daniel Jones, so it's happened for guys. I think that, that's the part that you need to kind of figure out. And look, I think you're going to probably see it or a chance you see it with Will Levis. Like, okay, who's going to give him his next chance?
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. Let me ask you this. 2 weeks ago, the legal tampering started in free agency and everything. Mm-hmm. Jawan Jennings is still out there. I don't know the particulars and all that, but the longer he's out there, does that mean that's the closer he is returning to San Francisco? Because I don't know how this works.
I would guess so. And, look, I don't know how it works either because I would have thought that people were excited to sign him. He is such a good player. And I think one of the more underrated players in the league. Another guy who signed later than I thought was Darnell Mooney. Now, he's since signed, but I would have thought that there was going to be, a stronger appetite to sign Mooney. So, Yeah, look, maybe Mike Evans signing doesn't help him in San Francisco. So I don't know that it means that it leads to a return. But yeah, I think he's a really good player. To me, he's the perfect example of it wasn't in this first splash in big time free agent signings and things like that. But when we look back at the end of the year, we're going to go, oh my gosh, this guy had 80 catches and 7 touchdowns and think of all the big third down conversions. How the heck were teams not lining up to sign him right at the beginning of free agency? Like, I think he's that kind of player.
He's also become, I know Kittle has been a nice safety valve for Brock Purdy, but on 3rd and 5, Jennings is getting you 6 yards. I mean, he's getting you the first down. So I think it would help for Brock Purdy to have that option still with him as he gets better and better. And Jennings is that guy.
Look, I mean, we were just talking about the Titans. Like, I mean, from around here, like, I mean, I would have, I'd have him in as soon as I could. I mean, I think he's that good of a football player. Like, it just, you know, to me, he's, what do they call it? The 3rd and Juwan? Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, like he, to me, is a guy that not early in terms of the signing, but in terms of the impact, massive impact, you know, on the football team.
I know it's still way too early, and I'm not a fan of is the window closing? I get all that stuff, but when I think about that now, in these 32 NFL teams, the Bills always come to mind. Am I wrong about this? Is their window closing a little bit?
I mean, I mean, potentially, you know, it's closing just because, you know, when you get changeover. But I do think anytime, you know, would Burrow have that comment of, you know, my whole career is the window or something like that.
Right.
And I do think there's an element to that where I think you always have a chance if you've got a superstar quarterback. I think you've always got a chance. And now, do you need more than that? Yeah. I mean, look at Cincinnati. Now Burrow's been hurt and stuff. But, like, I do think, look, Josh Allen had a chance this year, and I think it was the worst team that they've had in a long time. So I think if you have an elite quarterback, I think if you have one of the top 5 guys in the game, then I think you always have a chance to be in the mix because you can probably win your division. You can probably, you know, you can probably stay alive to a certain level, you know, in terms of giving yourself a chance that if you play right at the right moment, that, you know, that you can be a Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And also about quarterbacks, I think this went way under the radar, but Andy Dalton going from the Panthers to the Eagles, what does that signify?
You know, I think, one, that they're a team that values, you know, signing a guy that has some experience and can play. 2, I think, you know, there's value in these veteran players. You know, Andy Dalton's, I mean, he's going to be in like year 15 or maybe more. You know, these veteran players and kind of the value add for them. And I think teams are, I do think it's important for teams to be smart about, you know, their quarterback room and how they address their quarterback room. I do think that that's, you know, kind of what it means. So it's, you know, no different than Mitch Trubisky, you know, here in Tennessee. There's a reason for that. And, you know, I think certain coaches that have an affinity to certain players and, you know, the impact beyond just playing that they have on the team, you know, that's why, you know, stuff like that happens. So, you know, what it means for guys like Kenny Pickett and kind of there, Case Keenum be another guy. And,
right.
You know, the value that guys can add, you know, beyond just being the starting quarterback.
Hey, our question of the day is favorite or greatest sports moment for your favorite team. What's the greatest sports moment for Boston College ever, in your opinion?
Oh, forever for BC was beating Notre Dame when they were the #1 team. And I think you had asked me about that.
Yeah, that's right.
Last time, that's the biggest BC moment, probably even more so than Flutie's Hail Mary.
No, get out of here.
Those would be. I mean, you beat the #1 team in the country, like right after they beat Florida State on a kick at your rival. Like, I mean,
right.
I mean, to me, that's that, you know, that one would be it. So yeah, that would be it for BC.
That's a good one, but I'm going to go back. The Flutie one, come on, man. That's what we all talk about.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can only choose one. So when you choose one, it doesn't mean you're taking a shot at the other.
Right.
That's like the biggest sports center trick on the planet. Like, make a list of the top 5 guys. It's like you make a list. Well, it's like number 6 is, whatever, Mike Evans. You're like, why do you think Mike Evans stinks? I'm like, no, I don't. He was like, what are we talking about? Like, you had to draw the line somewhere. It's like a wedding guest list.
Right.
At some point, you're like, no, I like you. I'm related to these other people. Like they got invited before you.
Yes. By the way, the Flutie Hail Mary should have not been allowed. Do you know why that play was illegal? And they used to call this back in the 80s.
Was there a lineman downfield?
No, Flutie put his mouthpiece in his sock. There's a picture, and they were like, they knew it, and they could have called that play dead. And they didn't.
For a uniform violation?
Yes.
Hey, yeah, no, in this year in high school football, we had on 2 different occasions, kids get sent off the field because they have their mouthpiece on.
I see it. I'm 100% behind that.
Really? Yeah. You know what's crazy about that? Like, these guys that play with no mouthpiece, I couldn't imagine not playing with a mouthpiece.
Right.
Yeah, like, and who do you in that moment as the coach get more mad at, the kid or the ref?
Oh, the kid, 100%, 100% the kid. They're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, put your mouthpiece in. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Like, and then the thing that gets me is the kids that don't even mold their mouth guard.
Yes.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, is that like, whatever, put some water in a microwave, soften that thing up and mold it so you can actually like talk a little bit.
Well, that's one of the greatest things ever was when youth football was taking that to your mom and she boils it in the pot and you got your mouth. That is a great moment in youth sports.
Hey, and then you really made it when you can cut off the strap that hooks onto your face mask.
Yes.
And it's just free. Because there's no germs on those things either.
None at all. Tim, appreciate the time as always, and thanks for moving for us. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Yeah, see you, fellas.
That's Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst, joining us on the program. Usually Tuesdays at 1, but nice enough to move because we'll have something cool coming tomorrow.
And we got a word now. I mean, insanely accurate. I love that description of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I love that, how he described Tom, insanely accurate.
Yep. That is a good one. Faux show. We'll have more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Are we in the 60s? I think this is still the 50s.
Still might be the 50s a little bit.
Yeah,
I think it
is because
he died with Buddy Holly.
Yeah,
Big Bopper and Richie Valens and those guys. Right?
That was like 59 or something.
Day the music died, man.
Yep.
We're close to getting to the 60s, so.
Okay. I can't wait for the next hour. A little Beatles twing in there.
February 3rd, 1959 is when they passed away. He was 17.
Think of all those. This is not a great subject, but because of the plane crashes that we lost, right?
Yeah.
Like Jim Croce.
Right.
Leonard Skinner. Otis Redding.
Yep.
The Big Bopper and the
Stevie
boys.
Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yep.
I mean, it's just
Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline.
Yep.
Look at you, buddy.
Yep.
What's your favorite Patsy Cline song? Crazy?
Crazy.
Who
doesn't like Crazy?
What about Blue Moon of Kentucky? Keep on shining.
I do like that song, but I'm a little partial to the version done from that young man from Tupelo.
Oh, yeah. Did he sing that?
That was, I believe, what he went and recorded with Sam Phillips.
I should know this.
Because the story was that you could go in Sun Records and record like a 2-sided song for somebody.
Right.
And that was one that he did. And Sam Phillips heard that and was like, hang on now.
Oh, man. By the way, those early Elvis pictures, that's a damn fine looking man. Right?
He is.
Right. And by the way, I listen when I'm in the gym. The song he turned me on to was the London Philharmonic. And
oh, yeah. Burning Love.
Burning Love. I mean, that is one of the greatest renditions.
The whole album is awesome. Like, Can't Help Falling in Love with them playing.
There's an album?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I got to write it down now.
Yeah.
So far today, I've got Jamal Mashburn's pretty badass. Brother-in-law Mark Harmon is related to Ricky Nelson. Insanely accurate, and now Elvis in the orchestra. I had no idea.
You know what would be kind of fun is to make do a segment every day. What's on Big Joe's notepad today?
No.
That's an adult version of Blue's Clues. We don't want that.
I'm
John Denver died in a plane crash. Another one.
Best. That's right.
Yep.
Experimental plane crash.
Yeah.
Sure did. I read one night. I read it in deep dives that had Jim Croce not passed away in a plane accident, Jimmy Buffett wouldn't have been Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Because I had read they'd signed Croce and had all this money behind him. He passed away, and somebody came and said, hey, well, there's another really talented guy that could kind of fill the shoes, and it was Buffett. And I was like, whoa, I was blown away by all that. Now, I don't know how much that's 100% accurate or not, but still, I mean, that was like, whoa. And I'm sure there's others that have been that way as well throughout history. I think we're leaving somebody out. What's the girl's name? The really good singer and
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Yep, she was one. Aaliyah. I'm reading through some of these. Davey Allison going out of music, but that's Helicopter.
Helicopter.
Yeah, but
wasn't Stevie Ray a helicopter too? I think so.
I think it was a plane.
It was a helicopter.
Okay,
I think it was.
And
I don't know this, and I pray to God it never happens, but I know there's a plan in place if a pro football team plane crashes. Do you know this?
Oh,
there's got to be a play. I mean, a thing where maybe it's just too much to talk about today, but
I think there is. Like every team has to, or like everybody gives up a player essentially.
I think you can claim 7, and then one has to go, then claim 7, then one has to go. That's all 31 teams.
Yeah,
would do all that. So yes,
it's big. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you do have to kind of think about that.
I hate. I mean, it's the Marshall team that crashed.
Well, remember
in
the hockey team in Russia that had a couple of former Preds on it.
Hockey team in Russia
that crashed.
Didn't the Oklahoma State's basketball team crash? And like half the, I think Eddie Sutton was on. This is like,
I think you're right.
In an ice storm.
There was some team that was on the way here.
Evansville was going to play University of Evansville.
Yeah.
And our good friend, the Sudzo, his father was called in to identify bodies.
Oh,
because they were living in Evansville at the time.
Yeah. Greg Biffle just died in one.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike Organ. They honored him yesterday at Darlington, actually. Clay wants to weigh in on Vandy's men's basketball. Clay, please change the subject for us. What's up, Clay?
Boys, I tell you, I had to call in and say that I'm back. Saturday night, late into Sunday, I was definitely in mourning. Joe, you would not have wanted to get in an automobile with me Saturday night or all day yesterday, I'm telling you.
Well, where were you where were you watching it when the ball left Tyler Tanner's hands?
I was at my sister's watching it with her and my brother-in-law.
And I need your reaction. Take me more.
I don't think he can probably say that on the air.
That's very wise of you, Jay.
You know what my reaction was, Clay? I told this earlier. I was watching on an iPad, but I saw the ball go in and come out, and I just went, and I shut the iPad and rolled over and went to sleep. That's what I did.
And I didn't hear Coach Byington. He said this one other time in a post game where he wished he'd call a timeout. I watched the post game later that night, and his eyes were red. I think maybe he had been pretty emotional. Tyler Nickel was very emotional. There was a true connection with this team. I think Coach Byington really liked this team, and but there are some positives that come out of it too. From what I've heard, Tyler Tanner is coming back. I'm also hearing that possibly A.K. Okereke could get another year. So I think they're going to have a pretty good nucleus around Tyler to try to build a team that can take this thing further.
Well, that's good.
Guys, if you had told me, and you can't look at it this way because Florida hadn't played, but if you had told me that Vanderbilt, the way it played out, if Vanderbilt had to beat McNeese, Nebraska, and Iowa to play for the right to go to the Final Four, I would have signed up for that in a heartbeat.
Let me ask you this, Clay. How or why did Nebraska beat Vanderbilt?
Honestly, Joe, and I hate to say this, but I think we lost the game at the free throw line. I mean, Devin McLaughlin, who's an 80% shooter, was 0 for 4, and we were 11 for 19 overall. And so I think that hurt. And, you don't pull a rebound up 2 late, and then you don't get anything done on that final possession. And I don't know what happened.
Slow start didn't help either, Clay.
Yeah. I don't know what happened on that last possession because obviously our defense just got completely broken down, and it was, the guy that laid in the winning basket in McLaughlin just on a race to the rim, and we lost. So anyway, they had a good season though.
They did.
27 wins, a lot of big wins. Beating Tennessee twice in 6 days was priceless. And
well, now you know what you got now, buddy, the women.
I will be in full support of the women tonight, posted up watching on ESPN2 because I think Ms. Blakes is the best player in the country.
Right.
I would agree.
And let's do this. They are not, for those that are listening, I was correct on this in TV many years ago. They are not the Lady Commodores.
Nope. So what are they if they are not the Lady Commodores?
They're the Commodores.
Vanderbilt Commodores.
They're just the women's basketball team.
Yep.
See you, boys.
See you, Clay. Appreciate it.
We're trying to be funny.
No, you're right.
I know that from working in TV.
Some use lady in the name, like the Lady Vols.
That's right. But it's their official name is the Vanderbilt Commodores. And they play.
Are MTSU the Lady Raiders?
They are.
Yeah.
They play 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, 5:45 pregame on 94.9 The Fan with Mr. Lyman on the call.
Well, let's hope Mr. Lyman has a nice call and continues on.
Yes, indeed. We'll have more coming next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Nah, here we go. Good lesson here. Little respect. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Here on this Monday. He's Big Joe. He's Dr. Crane.
So
I'm Chase.
There's a big story in the NFL. I can't, before I get this out, to make sure it's not from a fake account.
Okay.
Travis Kelce has signed a 3-year deal, according to Ian Rappaport.
Wait, what? I thought he was coming back on a 1-year deal.
Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce signed his contract, officially locking in for 2026. It's a 3-year, $55 million deal that could be worth up to $58 million with incentives. So he's locked in in 26, but it's a 3-year deal. This dude ain't going to last this year.
No, I wonder how many of those are like void years and like, to move the money around.
Might be opt out after like year 2 or something.
Right, but it's a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he gets to the
year
gym,
1 is $12 million plus $3 million in incentives.
Okay. Well, unless he gets to the gym and gets back into it, because he is a shell of his former self.
Yeah.
I know he's got a big wedding. We're going to the wedding in June, or May, whenever.
Are we officially going?
Yeah. She sent a text late last week.
Okay.
I mean, what do you bring to that? That's a question. What do you bring to their wedding?
I don't know.
I mean, nothing you get them will be anything on. And she seems very sweet. That'd be like, she'd be very honored you'd bring her something, but
yeah,
she's worth $2 billion.
Right. She even offered to send the limo.
She's got
really
Oprah
sweet
money. I mean, like I've always joked, if Oprah carries a purse around with $50 million and loses it, she's not going to miss that.
Yeah.
I lose $30 and I'm searching for people to say, where's my money? But I mean, what wedding gift do you give them? Right.
That's
one of our greatest questions we ever did one day. What's the prenup? I mean,
because
she can't get his beer can collection, right?
The podcast.
I mean, what can she not get, right? I'm sure he's got like some crazy video gambling around she can't have.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a prenup, right? I mean,
probably.
Right. It's personal. It's business, not personal. That's the great line. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. That is a great question. Or it's just like, hey, we'll figure it out. I mean,
you got to, right?
But are you like a certain level of rich where it doesn't matter who's richer at this point, but like, if you have millions, like you're good.
Right.
Is it kind of like, we don't need to worry about
it? Didn't Jordan's wife, when they get $400 million because there's not one involved, how do you approach that? Hey, look, I know you love me, and I love you.
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, right.
But that $300 million that I have, like, you're not gonna be able to.
How do you immediately not be like, all right, it's got to change the entire tone, right? I mean, it's got to. Luckily, I have no money, and I'm not getting married soon, so I'm good with this. I just can't have my laptop or my dresser. I mean, I keep those two things. Well, what do you
cell phone?
No, not either. What are you not giving up? Here's a question for the next hour. On your prenup, what's the one thing you're not giving up? I'm not giving up my dresser. I got a really nice dresser. I'm not giving
my
up.
guitars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Crane, what's one thing you're not giving up?
My stocks.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Yeah, that's good.
Future investments. I don't want nobody touching those
See,
assets.
do something like your pizza oven.
Well, that's under insurance, so nobody can take that. We're okay.
Okay, good. That's a better question. All right. What's one thing you're not giving up? If you're Travis Kelce on your prenup, you're not going to give up because he's coming back, folks.
All right, there you go. 615-737-1025. We'll have more on that in hour number 3. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. There's a lot of people annoying me today. You're starting to be one of them.
Hello. There we go. Thanks. There's one that's annoying me. I'm looking right at him. Across the glass. Chairman of the board.
Is that what he is now?
Yes. By the way, the Titans have signed a linebacker today, and there's no way in Hades I'm going to try to pronounce his name. Good luck. Good luck until I don't do it.
Mohamed Diabate?
That's probably as close as anything.
Mohammed? I bet it's Mohammed. Mohamed Diabate.
Linebacker out of Utah, 4 years in the league.
It's safe to say I've never heard of him.
No, never in my life. Never heard of him at all.
He played college ball at both Florida and Utah. Initially signed with the Cleveland Browns, undrafted free agent in 2023. He's 6'4", 225. He's played in 46 games with 18 starts over the past 3 seasons with 127 tackles and 8 tackles for loss. He played all 17 games for the Browns in 2025, making 6 starts. He was credited with 49 tackles and 3 tackles for loss last season.
All right. Well, there you go. And the little, what do you call those? A little role player depth piece. Not bad.
A little depth guy. So there you go. Good for him.
Sure.
Welcome to town.
Yeah, welcome. Found your way around yet?
They've signed like 25 people.
Right, yeah. Look, man, you win with 53, so might as well.
Yep. Do the best you can.
While you can.
That's right. So have you changed our question, or just this is the 2 o'clock hour question?
Fun with that. I mean, when is that wedding anyway for them two?
You have the invitation.
It's in the car. When is Taylor Swift?
Dr. Crane, are you going?
I cannot believe I'm typing this.
I think I'm on the guest list, but I'm like as a plus one.
We're all going together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're all going.
So who's driving? Joe, or are we getting a driver?
Clay's going to drive.
Yeah. They're getting married June 13th at the Ocean House in Watch Hill, Rhode Island. The wedding is planned to take place in the summer before the training camp begins. Oh, really? Thanks for that. Didn't think it'd be in August.
I think he gets out of that. That actually helps so he doesn't lose money for OTAs and stuff like that. For like pre-training.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So they're going to do that. Like it's going to be there, then fly off someplace else and do it elsewhere. Have like that's what I would do. I'd have a bunch of stand-in doppelgangers.
So do you think that, he walks in and like they sit down and she's like, okay, so are you going to retire? Or, obviously you're talking that over. That's a future husband and wife kind of discussion to have.
Yeah, sure.
But like, how do you think that went down with them? Do you think she's like, hey, if you want to play another year, then go play? Or
he said she's been amazingly supportive of him. He said that last week on the McAfee show or 2
I think if no matter what, I think if they made the playoffs and Mahomes didn't get hurt, he would have retired. I think the fact they didn't make the playoffs and Mahomes got hurt, he wants to come back and do 1 more year.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to go. That's why I think
he's got what, 3 Super Bowls.
3, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's good there. He's a Hall of Famer. So he has accomplished everything.
Yeah. And now
but I think he didn't want his last year to be what it was.
Plus there's $15 million dropping in his lap.
Yeah.
And he knows the process. Doing that, good for him. Play as long as you can, do as much as you can. And so I don't blame him at all. And if she's supportive of him doing that, then go out and one more rodeo and do it. But you're right. Build that team up, give one more shot.
If you look at his stats from last year, they actually weren't awful.
Yeah, but there were some
compared to him,
big time catches he would have never dropped. And there were some plays he gave. I think he gave up on because he was going to get hit.
Yeah.
There's very evident some of that. And I understand that. He's not going to get hard as Jonathan Cyprian hit him in the playoffs in 2017. Good Lord.
So 2022 is the last time he went over 1,000 yards. He had 1,300. 2023 was 984, 823 in 24, and then 851 in 25.
And there's no guarantee Mahomes is going to be ready for opening day.
No.
That's another thing.
Who'd they sign? or trade for?
Justin Fields.
Fields. He could.
Is Minshew still there though?
No, Minshew's with.
He's out west. I think with Arizona or Las Vegas.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I will never hear from him again. Going to Arizona.
Yeah. No, but Fields could be starting the season for them.
Oh God. Don't tell Chiefs fans that. I got something for you, Bubba, that I
hit me.
Screenshot the other day. Longest championship droughts in sports. Did you know this?
Okay.
Number 10. I like that. These are teams that have not won championships in forever. I had no idea that the Toronto Maple Leafs have not won a title in 58 years.
That is true.
I had no idea.
So they're number 10?
They're number 10. Number 9, NFL team, the Buffalo Bills. Their last championship, AFL 1965.
Okay.
8, the Browns, 1964. 7, the Chargers, 1963. 6,
Titans.
1961. Today's Titans have gone 64 years without a title. 5, I did not know this. The Atlanta Hawks have not won a basketball championship since 1958. The Detroit Lions have not won a title in 68 years, 1957. The NBA version of the Arizona Cardinals, the Sacramento Kings, have not won a title since 1951 at number 3. Number 2, who's the longest baseball team that has not won a championship?
Hang on.
It's been 77 years.
Ooh.
Baseball team that has not won. It says championship, so I'm assuming a World Series.
Indians?
My man.
Yeah.
Our
Guardians.
Yeah. And the number 1 professional sports franchise with the longest drought, they haven't won one in 78 years. Their winning percentage since 2020 is 29%. You get one guess who that is. The team we love to hate that is just not any good.
The Browns?
What's the most hapless franchise in all sports?
The Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals have not won a championship
since Chicago.
Yep. So the Titans are on this list. They're at 6.
Yeah.
Longest championship drought in sport, 64 years. Chargers, Browns, and Bills. I mean, even the Jets have won a Super Bowl.
I bet there's Titans fans today that are listening to this that are going, like, didn't even know they won AFL titles.
Well, I'm sure nobody cares about that now. Yeah. It's important.
It counts, but you know,
it does. I mean, that's a championship.
They won the first 2, right?
Must have, yeah.
60 and 61.
I think so. And that's it. That's the last time.
That's funny.
And been the 1 Super Bowl in all that time.
Yep.
Since it's, like I said, the Jets have a Super Bowl victory.
And 3 conference title games? 4?
2 there.
They've been to 3 as the Titans. I do know that.
99, 02, and 19.
19, yep.
Okay, so 5.
Okay, because was it 92 or 91?
Nope, they didn't go. They went 78, 79, got beat by the Steelers.
Okay, that's it.
And never went back.
Yeah. So 2 is the Oilers.
God,
and 3 is the Titans.
Crazy, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's nuts. Think about it. So 5 championship games.
That is crazy. So
wow. Yeah.
What NFL teams are left that haven't appeared in a Super Bowl? Is it still Lions, Browns, Jags, Texans?
Yeah. I mean, they've been 30 years in the league now, so they count. So it's Lions, Browns. Isn't that crazy? Texans,
Jags.
Yeah.
And the Jags have been in 2 AFC championship games, I think.
They went in 99 and in 17.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah, because they beat the Steelers and then the Patriots beat them the next week. Yeah.
And the Lions have been.
Did they go 2 years ago? The
Yeah.
Niners beat them?
Yeah, I think they've been in 2. The Browns, I don't think, have even been in a championship game.
Yeah, they've been to 2. The Broncos beat them back to back those 2 years.
Oh, okay.
The drive and then the next year when the former runner Ernest Binder fumbled going in. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
And then the Texans never have.
Texans never have. I mean, that's those teams. That's great. That's why, like when I asked Tim Hasselbeck about the Bills window closing, I mean, he made a great response. He's like, as long as you get a franchise quarterback, the window's always going to be open. But how much more heartbreak can you take with that? I mean, if you're a Bills fan, last year was almost as devastating as Scott Norwood missing the field goal when you had the Broncos on the ropes. Had that pass been thrown a little bit underneath to Dawson Knox, they win that game. Isn't that crazy to think about? Just one or two plays that do that. And that crazy ass call of the going to the ground. What's a catch? What's not a catch? What's a fumble? What's not a fumble? So you got to live with that stuff. But we got a way to go, man. Hey, how about them Nashville Predators?
How about them? Yeah, let's talk about them.
Let's do it, buddy.
Let's do it. We'll talk about the Predators coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. The Predators have announced that they have re-signed forward Fedor Svechkov to a 2-year, $2.5 million contract. So congratulations to Svech, as he's affectionately known, as he is back. So some of the youngsters coming back on their second contract, and saw this while I was gone, and wanted to wait to today, and definitely going to try and get him on soon. But shout out to my man Ryan Johansson on a great career. Fantastic human, just so much fun to be around him and cover him for all the years that he was here. But he officially announced his retirement, and
I thought he retired. 5 years ago.
No, I think there was some contract stuff that he had to wait on, but he did officially retire, and I know he joined Brooks, Max, and Kara on the POP, but Joey, as he was affectionately known, was just awesome. I loved being around him. I still to this day will say "scoozy" to people instead of "excuse me" because he would always go through the locker room, "a scoozy." So Ryan Johansson was awesome. So he obviously a huge part of the team that went to the Stanley Cup final and those teams that made playoff runs. And so I think he's going to be one of those guys that'll be popping up every now and then in Smashville. And we'll fondly remember his time here.
Well, you've always said that had he not got injured in 17, they win the cup.
I think so. I stand by that. Okay. I definitely stand by that. He was so important to that team and was the number one center. So, but yeah, saw that. As for this current team, they've made it interesting. They have made it interesting. 4 in a row, and don't look now, but they sit in a playoff spot with 75 points.
Solidly in a playoff spot.
I'm not going to say solidly, but good.
As of this moment,
they're
no longer on the outside knocking on the door.
They are 5 points behind Utah for the first wild card spot.
Utah, give me 2.
They are 2 points ahead of the Los Angeles Kings, 4 points ahead of the Kraken, 5 points ahead of the Sharks and the Jets, and those are the teams that they're up against. And the good news in all of this is those teams that they're fighting got a lot of head-to-head matchups, including tomorrow night against San Jose. So you take care of the head-to-head matchups in your Eastern Conference opponents, you're going to be in good shape, I think.
So 3 games this week at home, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Tomorrow, San Jose, Devils. And who's Saturday? Hey, where's your Saturday?
Montreal. And then in Tampa for a quick one on
a little quickie. Tampa.
In Tampa on Sunday, and then they hit the West Coast one more time. Thursday they'll be in Los Angeles. Saturday the 4th in San Jose. Back to LA for Monday. Anaheim on that Tuesday, and then Utah to close out the road trip on Thursday the 9th, and then 3 at home to wrap up the regular season.
Utah, give me 2.
Okay, but those head-to-head matchups against LA and 3 against San Jose and 1 against Utah are huge.
Well, let's just worry about one game. As I told Sean Henry and his little assistant, Bartkowski, what is that? What's his name? Nick something. Sean Henry's little assistant. I don't think he's I told those guys the other night, I said, look, man, big weekend. And I said, no. We're worried about one game. We're worried about Thursday night's game last week.
Yeah.
And then I told Sean, I said, look, if you need me to come in and give a little pep talk, I'm around. Just call. I don't mind coming.
I would love if they'd let us come do the lineups.
They won't. But I'm telling you, pep talk, yeah.
You probably not. Dr. Crane, maybe. Me, probably not.
Probably not. But I would go down there and I'd give a little pep talk.
Probably not.
Thank you.
And then I just say, look, get out there and fight. And they'd be like, who?
You know who I would let do the lineup every night from here on out? Crispy.
Yeah.
Let Crispy go do the lineup from here on out.
If he's not beating up Nick Frazier.
I committed a cardinal sin last week.
What'd you do?
I sat in his chair by accident. I didn't know it was his chair.
Oh, don't do that.
He looked at me and he was smiling. And I'm just like, either I'm going to die or I'm going to be able to sit here and then I'm going to.
Did you cower and say, I'm so sorry, Mr. Crispy?
And what does he say, Crispy? Crispy tells Nick, he's like, hey, I'll move.
Yeah.
No. We're like, what?
I was like, I'll move. I'm going to move first.
And then Max
head on a swivel.
Max out of the end is like, oh, by the way, I got a couple Lexus Lounge passes for you. I'm like, where was this an hour ago? Damn you. But no, it was, I'm telling you, that's a great point. Because that guy walks Bridgestone. He can't make it from A to B, Crispy, because so many people converge on him.
Well, it was funny. The first time that I met him, I was like, this dude's a legend. Won 2 cups as a player, 1 as a coach. Like, he's been around hockey his whole life. And then, thank the good Lord, I got to work with the dude. And I'm sitting there going, how am I here right now? And like, you know, the first time he said my name, I was like, this is wow.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Won't you feel that same way during the show? I can't even get the question. Like, why am I here? But
I do.
But your why are you here is like, good God, why am I here? With Crispy, it's like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Here it's like, why am I here? I get it. Same sentence. I'll take it however I want to. The inflection is much different, but I understand. But no, you're right. Have him give it. I mean, he exudes class and winning.
Yep.
Right? So if you're unsure who's that guy? Terry Crisp. I mean, he won 2 titles as a player, 1 as a coach. I mean, so
he's legit. He was on the like, if you talk about like the most badass teams ever, he played for him on those Philadelphia teams.
Yep.
I mean, you put them with like the Oakland Raiders of the 70s and, you know, the Steel Curtain and the Bad Boys Pistons. And
I love the stories about the penalty box back in the 70s. It was the same penalty box, both teams.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a cop set in the middle of it. I mean, the biggest badass Philadelphia cop, and I'm sure there's hundreds of them, sit right there in the middle of the penalty box. And now you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Fighting some Philadelphia cop, you'll get destroyed.
But the Predators, I mean, they've won 4 in a row. They've put themselves in a playoff spot. Let's see. Make it interesting.
Again.
1 game at a time.
All we're worried about is Tuesday night. Thursday night was loud. Go back. I heard Saturday was really loud too as well. Go tomorrow night. Support them. I mean, there's a little certain je ne sais quoi with this hockey team. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something there, man. Let them keep on winning.
Look, we've seen it. We've seen it here before.
But they shouldn't get in the playoffs. They should get the high draft pick and
but you know what? But the same people that are saying that, if we're sitting here 2 months from now talking about, you know, going to the Cup final and this little engine that could, you know, I mean, look, this one, you know, they didn't sell off in 2017. David added a little bit, you know, nothing big, but, you know, actually, I will say the most brilliant move that David Poyle made that year before the trade deadline was reacquiring Vern Fiddler. That was the most brilliant move he did.
You're right. And I'm telling you right now, if this team makes the playoffs to the second round, if I'm Trotz, I'm walking around Bridgestone with my shirt off. I'm just laughing. I'm not even watching the hockey game. I'm shirtless walking Bridgestone
with a gold chain with his Stanley Cup ring.
Hell yeah. It's like, because he would, I mean, they're like, oh, it's the worst trade deadline ever. If they get to the second round, I'm all for it, man.
Now, I would take it a step further and just, you know, tell everybody they're number 1, but Barry's too classy for that.
Shirt off, walking Bridgestone. Get 40 to 50,000 steps during the game, man. That's it. Don't even watch the game. Just walk around the shirtless. Because hell, I would. I'd be beating my chest if I did that.
Yeah. You got 2 guys that are close, you know, to hitting the 40 goal mark. In Stamkos with 34, Forsberg with 32. Are they heating up at the right time?
How many games are left?
There are 12.
12. Okay.
Yep.
And it can happen.
Yep. So you got 12 games for Stamkos to score 6 goals and for Forsberg to score 8. I think that's certainly doable for those guys.
I'm with you, man. Be fun.
So O'Reilly's at 24, so get him to 30. I mean,
didn't Stamkos pass he passed Shanahan on power play goals this weekend, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty good company he's in right there.
Brendan Shanahan?
Who else would there be?
Yeah.
Not Mike Shanahan.
I'm just saying Brendan Shanahan.
Oh, in the way of
an interesting name.
Not Kyle Shanahan.
to pay attention to. I'm just saying.
Oh, what do you got? Something we don't know there, buddy?
I don't. I'm just saying that's an interesting name.
I got his number.
We'll call him up.
I did. I think I shared it with you and Robbie. I got his number.
You did actually.
Yeah. Let's call him up. We can disguise
Hey,
ourselves.
Brandon, what you doing?
That's what she said.
Oh man.
So there you go. Preds back in action tomorrow night. We'll have more in hour number 3 of Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Monday. What was that?
That was Grease too. I was trying to get who's that guy real quick because y'all mentioned, Terry Chris and who's that guy.
Oh.
It didn't really plan out right, but it's all right.
That's
All
fine.
right.
You know what? Sometimes the ideas, they sound good in your head and then they don't work, but it's okay. You tried.
One person always tells me if it sounds better in your head, keep it in your head. So
Who's that?
I don't know.
Who that is?
Just one
A
person.
neighbor down the street, I think.
It's a smart neighbor. I bet he's handsome.
Yeah.
Indeed. Sad news, I guess, over the weekend of a legendary high school football coach in our area.
Yeah, former Brentwood Academy head football coach Carlton Flatt passed away. This is from his family. With heavy hearts, we announce the passing of our beloved husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather Carlton Flatt. While we grieve, we hold tightly to God's promise of eternal life and rejoice that he's now at home with his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Carlton Flatt, I mean, he was amazing. I mean, football
82
coach,
years old.
amazing. At Brentwood Academy, I mean, they were the gold standard back then and turned out so many great players and coaches. Jeff Brothers, a dear friend of ours, played for Mr. Flatt. So it's sad, as we've said before, when you and I did the high school football show on Friday nights, I mean, we have so many good men in high school football, not coaches, good men who lead these young men every single day. And I'm talking all across Middle Tennessee. Carlton Flatt was exactly that, who molded good young men. And it's a loss. It's a huge loss, and he was special. And there are others that are in that realm too of being an icon in high school athletics, but Carlton Flatt was definitely near the top.
I mean, he started the football program at Brentwood Academy.
Yeah, they won.
Was an assistant at BGA, and I only know this because my dad went to BGA and told me that Coach Flatt was his I think he taught math and shop, which makes total sense.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. So what was it? 10 state titles.
And that's when there was 3 divisions.
Yeah.
And then there, there was somebody right now. Well, Brentwood Academy cheated back then. Did they recruit? Yes. Were they legal to recruit? I mean, that was, So I'm not getting all that. You still got to win games.
Yeah.
Right. And they won a bunch of games. There were only 3 divisions back then, not the 57 that we have now. So again, sad loss.
Yeah. Yeah. So thinking about his family for sure, but a long life lived and a legend in our area. I mean, Yahoo Sports even has it on their website today.
Oh, as they should. Yeah. I mean, he was that iconic of a coach. And again, I mean, it's what you turn out player-wise, men-wise, and turned out some of the best men that I know that went to Brentwood Academy.
Yeah. Well, because I can remember growing up, in this area of, I mean, you mentioned Brentwood Academy, Coach Flatt, immediately,
Immediately.
And those rivals that they had with NBA and,
yep.
So definitely wanted to bring that up today here on the program because we love high school football.
Well, if we don't mention a guy that's iconic like he was, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, why are we, we are pronounced hyper local guys. And if you're not going to honor a guy who made just a lasting impact, and don't give me, I wasn't here when he was here. Ignorance is not an excuse when it comes to things like that, to good history, good men and good women around, good female coaches and male coaches. So honor them, and they deserve to be talked about because of the impact they had within the community.
I say this with all the respect in the world, but a lot of people listening weren't here when they, all this was going on. We're still going to talk about it because we were.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, this is still Nashville, and we're all about, Nashville history and being hyper local. Are the state basketball, is that going on right now?
Last week it ended.
Last week?
Yeah. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. Jeff Harum was on a lot of the calls.
Oh, nice.
But I should know more. I mean, if it's not local, I know Beach got beat in the quarterfinals, I think, but I should know more than that. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm trying, man. A lot of things going on over here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, big things, big ideas.
Celebrity birthday's getting ready. I mean, and
we got a big birthday today. Big birthday shout out we'll be giving.
Yeah, okay. Heck yeah, we do.
Yeah. So we need to make sure they're listening when we do it. But it'll be happening. And Mike Organ's going to look up some things for me too. So thank you, Mike.
He should do that. Hey, real quick, Nashville SC, what's the latest?
5-0 over the weekend. Unfortunately, I was not there in attendance, but
nobody has to know that.
I like to be honest. Top of the leaderboards, Eastern Conference at 13.
Honesty is a good thing.
Thank you. Yes, Eastern Conference, top of that at 13 points. 5-0 once again. I think that was their third or fourth time doing that all time for the franchise. So good for them. Espinoza gets a goal. Sam Sturridge gets a hat trick on his bobblehead night. And then Warren Madrigal caps it off with a wonderful goal. So this team's clicking on all cylinders, and they're just getting prepared for Club America for the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
I had my good friend Ricky say to me that like he truly believes Nashville SC is built to win a couple of different championships this year. You
Yes.
sign up to that?
Joe's asked this multiple times. I know you've asked me this multiple times. I think this club for sure wins one championship this year. I'll go out on a limb here after this weekend and say they could win two. And two meaning MLS and also the President's Trophy in MLS, the Community Shield. I'd call that, they call it the domestic treble. So I'm cool with that.
What are they doing so well that like they didn't do last year?
It's just the personnel that you have now. You have
I think they have more offensive players, right?
Yeah. Maxwell Wolitzy, the other center back. Let me pause for a second.
Center back.
Yes.
Okay.
They've paired him with Jason Palacios. They both play defense really well. And also Wolitzy, he plays more of a higher press style of defense. So he plays up more into the attacking third. He is a part of the offensive scheme in a roundabout way. And then the Reed Baker Whiting signing near the beginning of the season was fantastic.
Joe really liked that.
Yeah, he
loved
did.
That.
You loved it.
I told you, I mean, it's like, what's his name again?
Reed Baker Whiting. You loved it.
Sorry. Yeah, I like three names that aren't serial killers, and that guy's not.
Well, it balances out the game for Nashville. They're able to play up the right flank with Andy Nahar, but also move it to the left side with Reed Baker Whiting. So overall, a balanced attack is what Nashville is doing right now.
Okay.
They're having Hani Mukhtar drop more centrally in the midfield, which opens up more overlapping space for a guy like Sam Sturridge to take those headers in the air, win the aerial duels, and put in the back of the net.
Do we have nickname? Is there like a surge protector? I mean, is there a nickname with this going on? I need nicknames.
But you hated nicknames.
Not for this.
Sam Sturridge is Super Sam.
Yep.
That's too easy. I like surge protector.
We can adopt that.
Okay.
Eddie Tagseth is the Norwegian nuisance because he's from Norway.
Okay.
Patrick Yazbek, I think they call him Yazzie. I'm not sure if
what's Hani?
Hani is the MVP. The captain. Yeah.
What's the guy before you said Yazbek?
Yaz, I think they call him Yazzie.
What was the Minnesota basketball player said to Charles Barkley? Remember he said, "Come." What did the basketball player say to Charles Barkley?
Bring your ass.
Bring your ass. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Isn't that Yazbek? So there you go.
You could say that.
Yeah,
you lost it first. I didn't know what you were talking about.
I want to make sure I said it correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what about our milkman guy?
He's still in the rotation. He's more of taking that secondary role right now. So whenever they need a center back to step in and take some valuable minutes, he's the guy to do so.
Now, can we adopt him on the Chase and Big Joe show?
Absolutely.
Unofficially, but officially?
Absolutely.
Will you let them know?
I will. I will be there they're away this weekend, but I will be at one of the press conferences.
I'm going to just say this right now as we move into post Preds, whenever that is. The Chase and Big Joe show we're going to invite ourselves out to Nashville SC and go to a game.
They would love that.
We'd love to we'll have a Chase and Big Joe show night unofficially.
Let them know. Let the milkman know we're coming. And then
some autographs.
Bring your ass guy too. Yeah. Well, we're going to do out there and get it done.
Bring your ass.
Look, because I'll tell you right now, I'm all about a bandwagon. I am. I do not care. I am a bandwagon.
Well, I don't think we're a bandwagon because we've talked about him.
Correct.
It's true. But
I mean,
still,
we were soccer when soccer wasn't cool. Well, he helps us. But I used to produce their games when they first started. I was there on the ground floor.
Don't you dare start taking credit for this.
He was.
Success.
No, yes, absolutely he should.
I will take credit for whatever I want to, sir.
All right.
I don't get enough as is. So
you've already got 13 jobs. You need another one. When's your podcast there, buddy?
After the press conferences. So there's one tomorrow and then there's one Thursday. So probably going to record it Thursday evening.
Okay.
And then it'll be up on the podcast platforms and the Game National Sports Network Friday.
You finally did it. You finally did a complete promotion. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Usually it's like, it'll be up after that. I'm like, promote your podcast.
Yeah. No, the Talking Couch podcast.
All
right. Real quick. Kevin in Nashville says, have we had a segment on me smoking Big Joe and tennis this weekend?
Kevin, hold on now. Kevin, let's be honest.
Bring your ass.
we had a good time over there, but I need to know more about Kevin. Kevin, you did. My partner wasn't very good. That's the problem.
Okay.
I got a couple aces though. Now I'm tipping my hat to that. So
that's good.
But Kevin, thanks, buddy, for listening.
I like when I get a couple of aces at the blackjack table.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Coming
up next, celebrity birthdays. What day is it? We got a special birthday that we're going to shout out. That's all coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. And getting ready for our very, very popular What Day Is It and Celebrity Birthdays.
Not going to waste your time.
But we're not going to waste your time. But I have to start with 9 years ago today, I get a text from our good friend, Ricky Merritt, telling me that it's time. And actually, this was probably earlier in the day that I get this text. And so I'm sitting around all day, as are you, waiting for the follow-up to let us know the great news. And it would take all day long. But then finally I believe it was, because I think I called the time and it was like 10:20. So I was wrapping up a Preds game. I get the text from Ricky that he is a dad. And that little Leela had entered the world. And she has been a bright spot in our world. That is for sure. So happy 9th birthday. I'm getting a little choked up here. To the big 9-year-old.
As I said, every man, if you're blessed, should have a daughter. Willie and I had this talk the other day. You see, and Adam had a girl too, right? So you see the world completely different. I'm telling you right now, even my dumb ass, you see the world completely different. And that little girl becomes your priority in the world.
Well, and I tell you, she is 9 going on 19 because she's already smarter than Rick and I, which that's not a stretch. But,
true.
And you. But she'll be telling us what to do one day. But happy birthday,
one
sweetheart.
day?
We love you. Well, yeah,
today.
that's already, yeah, she's already doing that. So happy birthday, Leela. With that, let's get to What Day Is It? Celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list, happy birthday, by the way, Leila. I don't know you, but happy birthday. Everyone deserves a great birthday. World Meteorology Day is today. Ravenclaw Pride Day. So if you're a Hogwarts fan, there you go.
Apparently I'm Hufflepuff.
That was last week.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
that was last week.
Stop.
I don't know how I know that. I just know that.
Just don't play dumb. That's even worse. Go ahead.
Okay, continuing. Today is OK Day. So there's that.
That's right.
Never Miss Day is today. National Tamale Day. Delicious. National Puppy Day. Cuddly Kitten Day is today. I didn't know those two shared something, but all right. National Chip and Dip Day. I guess you could pair this with chia seeds. Can you put chia seeds? I guess you can. National Chia Day is today. You can put that in some hot sauce or something.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you have chia seeds. You can put them into like queso and stuff like that. Whatever. National Melba Toast Day. So that's it.
Melba toast?
Melba
What
toast.
is that?
I don't. It looks like regular toast. I wonder if it's like a potato-y bread or something.
Maybe it's a singer named Melba.
You think?
I don't know. It's your list, pal.
I don't know, Jim.
It doesn't give a description. It just says it's observed on the March 23rd.
All right. Enough of that nonsense. All right. Time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these birthdays within 2 years. Chaser, back from vacation. You go first. First birthday. How old is Ron Jaworski?
Jaws. 73.
77.
75. That's a push. Dr. Crane, how old is Gino Arimanarama from Connecticut? I don't know his last name.
64.
68.
72. Chaser, how old is the greatest Titans receiver of all time? Carl Pickens. Today's Carl's birthday.
Chris Sanders and Derek Mason gonna fight you.
They know it's true.
Pickens is 56.
58.
56, exactly. Even Chase knows how old the greatest receiver ever in Titans history. Dr. Crane, Jason Kidd.
55.
Oh, that's a good guess. 54.
53. Chase up 3-0. Chase, Maurice Jones-Drew.
42.
44.
41. Chase up 4-0. Dr. Crane, your fellow flat earther, Kyrie Irving.
I'm not a flat earther, but okay, it's all right. Yeah, whatever. He is 33.
Kyrie, 32.
34. Dr. Crane's on the board, 4-1. Chaser, how old is? Oh, God, Joe, you can't read Randall Park. If you saw The Office, he was the one that played Jim. Remember when they did a Jim show? He's also in Star Trek, I think. Randall Park.
Oh, yeah. 64.
66.
52. Dr. Crane, Michelle Monaghan, the actress. She was in The White Lotus. She's very pretty.
41.
44.
50. Carrie Russell in the great show The Americans. If you've not seen The Americans, you need to see it. It's fantastic. Carrie Russell.
Is this me?
Yes.
57.
50.
50 exactly. It's 4-3. All right, rapid fire. Here we go. Dr. Crane, how old is actress Catherine Keener? She was in The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
63.
57.
67. Actor Richard Grieco from 21 Jump Street.
The show or the movie?
The show. Sorry. Handsome guy, dark hair.
71.
72.
61. What the hell show are y'all watching?
Oh.
Dr. Crane, how old is oh my gosh, gossip blogger Perez Hilton?
70.
45.
48. Chaser, how old is country singer Brett Young?
38.
40.
45, and that's it. Chase wins 4-3.
There you go.
Dr. Crane, he had several chances. He blew it.
I did.
That is going to do it for us. Tomorrow we will be at Tennessee Brew Works, so come by and see us.
Looking forward to it. Hey, you made it to the weekend, guys. We love it. You're still here. It's fantastic. Go to therapy. You're going to hear me out. You want to shut me up? Go to therapy. That's how you do this. Know that we love you. And I tell you all the time, I tell you on the message that keep asking God for opportunities, but do this with me for this week, right? I know sometimes you might be struggling and you don't know what's kind of going on. Do this. Ask God for opportunities, how you can bless others, right? When you're doing that, you'll bless yourself because you'll be realizing the gratitude in your life. And that's the bottom line. Know that we are here for you, that you're powerful, you're wonderful, you're beautiful. Know how much that we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else in this world, please know how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll DVD coming your way next on 102.5 The Game.